Hi guys, Dr. DiNezza here with Infinity Holistic Healthcare with another lab testing mistake video. So in the last video, I mentioned anemia of inflammation versus iron deficient anemia. So if your body legitimately needs iron, you're going to be anemic, you're going to have low red blood cells, etc. You might have low ferritin, probably, but you're also going to have this marker called TIBC, total iron binding capacity, and that's going to be high if you need iron. If it's low or normal, then the anemia is caused by something else and it's not iron deficiency. And from what I can gather with the research, if you take iron with that kind of anemia, you might actually make yourself worse. This other kind of anemia is called anemia of chronic disease or anemia of inflammation. In a lot of research articles, they look at it through the lens of cancer patients. And here's the way I tend to look at it is if you are trying to heal from cancer and you're trying to fight something like cancer or HIV or some really bad disease, your body is smart enough to know that you need to just sit and rest. It's almost like your body is saying, "Hey man, don't go running any marathons right now. We kind of need you to be just tired enough that you're going to sit on your tuchus and do what you need to do and heal." That's how I think about it in that kind of context. For other people who don't have cancer, don't have HIV, it's kind of a bummer, but I think it's a similar thing. It's your body saying, "Hey, you need to rest and focus on other things. So why don't you do that?" And it's kind of a warning signal. For me, I actually had anemia of chronic disease or anemia of inflammation at one point, and I figured out, I ran some blood work on myself. I run blood work on myself at least once a year just to maintain and check in on things. And I noticed, hey, I'm anemic, but hey, it's not iron, so what gives? And at the time, I was going through some really acute stress with a bad roommate, and my gut was a train wreck, and I would bloat, and I had GI distress pretty frequently. And I later figured out that I actually had overgrowths of various bugs. I had a parasite, I had candida, yeast overgrowth, and I had H. pylori. So I had all of these bugs having a freaking jamboree in my gut, and I definitely had gut symptoms at that time. And I think, from what I can gather, that inflammation was fatiguing my system so much that, or it was putting stress on my system so much that I induced this kind of self-inflicted anemia. Well, when I healed my gut and I killed off the bugs and I figured out my gut again and got it functioning better, guess what? The anemia of inflammation went away. Hey, so here's the executive summary. If you are anemic or if you know somebody who's anemic and they've tried iron and it didn't do anything, go back in your lab work and see if you had this TIBC thing run. Probably not. A lot of doctors don't run it and it drives me bonkers. Number two, if it was low or normal, get off the iron ASAP because you don't need it. But three, most importantly, if you have this kind of inflammation and this kind of anemia, it's your signal to funnel your time and efforts elsewhere. Start thinking about other sources of inflammation. Do you have an autoimmune condition that's not well managed? Are you hypothyroid and that's not well managed? I'll do thyroid in another video. I'll actually probably make a few about that. Do you have a history of a concussion or head injury? That could cause inflammation. Do you have a weird, funky, broken ankle that was from like 10 years ago and it never really healed right and it still bugs you? Do you have asthma or allergies? You get the idea. All sorts of stuff can cause inflammation in the body. And if you have enough of it, it's going to make you anemic. Just for God's sake, don't take iron because of this anemia. Listen to your body, take the time to heal, and take the time to focus on the things you really need to focus on. I hope you found this to be a beneficial video. Stay tuned. I'll have more to come about different lab testing mistakes. Have a great rest of your day.